I'll have to buy a new disc, memory card.
You're allowed to use that word now you're retired.
Pardon?
You're allowed to use that word now you're retired.
Yeah.
Corrupted.
Corrupted, yeah. Now, I know it's working because it was working nice this morning.
Yeah. So it's a bit like I asked for the values and standards of the civil service, having a recent joined to it, and they can tell me the behaviours, but they can't tell me the values and standards.
Right.
You know, the British Army's got
Yeah.
some standards
Yeah.
that everyone is held to all the time.
Yeah.
And so I said, and where is integrity? They said, well, we don't have that as part of it.
Well, probably right actually, Bruce, yeah.
So, up to 30, this is 38 going up here?
Left up to 38, yeah.
38, 610 round the gate. I've done powder.
Okay, mate. Yeah, we'll talk about that for tests when you come back. Okay, mate. So, okay, this is Bruce Spencer's second session with me prior to his test. It's the it's the 16th of March at 3:45 in the afternoon, and we're going to go normal route but the opposite way around, so A38. Bruce took the opportunity at the island to go. Wasn't on for me, so I just got to catch him up now. Catch him up on the 38. Okay, so we're back together now. Okay, nice smooth ride now, Bruce. Should be in your top gear now. Coming at 70 miles an hour, quite nicely. Vehicles behind us. So should we need to deviate, we will need to signal. Okay, tanker up ahead. So I'm coming out now because I'm coming out nice and early. I'm checking. So this is where we should be now, Bruce. So look at it, okay. Do we need to go back in, or are we staying at 70 past this vehicle in front? Yeah, you didn't need to go back in then, Bruce. You could have stayed out. Now then, we're going to be coming off at this next junction, so look for your gap, which should be in front of that white van. So there it is, just in front of that white van. Start to come across now. And there we go. Indicator on for the 300 meter marker. Quick shoulder check as we come off. Going down to the traffic island, and we're going to turn left. So we've got vehicles coming up behind us, coming down the slip road, so we will need to indicate. So I'm now putting an indicator on to turn left, bringing the speed down on the brakes, just checking that vehicles behind have actually reacted to my slowing down. And onto the island. It's on a 60 mile an hour, so let's get the speed up to that 60 speed limit. Is there an opportunity to overtake this vehicle in front? So we're going to take a position 3. Now he's doing 45 mile an hour. We've got no opportunity at the moment because we can't see past him. We've got opposing traffic. I'm just checking my mirror. We've got a vehicle behind us that will need a signature should I decide to alter my course. We've got constant traffic coming up oncoming, which is preventing us doing any overtaking at the moment. And local knowledge tells me that we come down to a 40 limit fairly shortly, so just checking my speed. I'm just rolling off the speed to 40 mile an hour, checking my mirror and a shoulder check that the vehicle behind has reacted to my slowing down. Traffic lights are on red ahead against us, so just bringing the speed down on the brakes, getting the gear for the speed, just coming through the box, taking the near side lane. Coming to a halt. Shoulder check before we move off. Okay, we're going straight ahead. Still in a 40 limit. We've got vehicles behind us, and the vehicles in front, we've got a heavy goods vehicle plus a car with a trailer. Again, local knowledge tells me there's not going to be much chance to overtake on this road, so we'll just sit at the 40 mile an hour. If the opportunity exists, then yes, we'll take that opportunity. So bringing onto a nice fourth gear, which is good for the speed of the motorcycle. Actually, looking around this bend now, we got plenty of oncoming traffic. It is nearly 4 o'clock, so we can expect to have quite a high volume of traffic on the road into a 30 limit, just taking a third gear now, which is fine for the speed of the motorcycle. And I'm just adopting a position 2 through this 30 limit. Residences on the left and open fields on the right. Keeping the speed at 30 mile an hour, which seems quite slow for a road of like this, but because you've got residences on the left, it's bringing it up now to a 40 limit, and we've got traffic lights ahead of us that are showing red against us, and we've got a pedal cyclist in our carriageway. So just bringing the speed down nicely. Into a first gear, just holding now the bike nice and steady. Traffic lights are changing. Shoulder check. I'm getting my line now to go past this pedal cyclist, so there's no need for a signal because I'm not deviating. I've actually already picked my line. Vehicle up ahead is turning off onto the left junction. Just checking that junction. Just watching the opposing traffic, also doing a mirror check. We're okay, no vehicles behind us that would warrant a signal at this stage should I decide to deviate. I'm holding a nice steady position of position 2 through this 40 limit. We've got a bridge coming up where you might find lorries coming into the centre of the carriageway. So just holding. We're okay, through we go. Watching this vehicle up ahead, quick mirror check. And we're going to turn right at this junction. So I've indicated for the benefit of Bruce. Bringing the speed down, makes down into what will be a first gear, because although it's a give way, there's still traffic coming from the right. Left is clear, right is clear, and the way we should be going. That's good. Cancel the indicator. Watching this vehicle up ahead. Not sure what he's doing. I think he's reversing into his driveway. Let's pass this building site on the left. Up to the 50 limit. Nice steady 50. I'm coming into position 1 to have a look round the right-hander which is up ahead. Just checking that junction on my left. And now I'm going to take a position 3, Bruce. But I'm watching the oncoming traffic. Now position 1 to look round the right-hander. This is where you should be now, Bruce. Looking round the right-hand bend. Nicely, keep the power on, keep the bike planted to the road. The gear is right, the speed is right, and the road goes round to the left, looking at the wall ahead and the tree line. So I'm just checking my mirror. I'm coming into position 3. I know I've got traffic coming up ahead because I've just looked over the hedgerows and I can see the traffic coming up ahead. I'm staying out into position 3 because I'm going around the left-hander, giving a bit of compensation for oncoming vehicles. So my speed is 50 miles an hour, still up on the speed limit. Again, I'm out, looking at position, checking my mirror. I'm coming back into the near side to have a look at this right-hand bend coming up. You need to be in a position a little bit earlier than you're getting into, Bruce. Take up your position that little bit earlier. Okay, local knowledge tells me that we're going over the bridge at Wat Stanbro now, so it's a third speed. A third gear, sorry, let's get it right. And the sun is in my eyes at the moment, so I'm just mindful of that. Now I've got a position where I can go past him, but no indicator there, Bruce, and there was a car behind that you should have indicated for, and perhaps indicated for the benefit of that car you overtook. So, but at least you took the opportunity, which is good. A few little points, there was no rear observation before you did it. Or a signal, so okay, now we're looking okay now. We're still in the 50 limit, down a right-hand bend. I know it's coming into a 40 now, just for a brief period as we go through. I'm going to go position 3 to have a look around the left-hander. And I'm back into a 50. I'm no overtaking at the moment because of the solid white line. So we'll have a look in a moment, albeit it's a left-hand bend, reduced visibility, coming into the near side now. I've got a nice 4th gear, so I've got a responsive gear should I need to use it. Sweeping right-hand bend, just holding it nicely round the bend, not going too far to the near side because of the grit in the near side of the road. Now the bend is opening up for me, and yes, I can actually go now. And there I am. Yeah, gone up to 55 miles an hour to do that overtake. Indicator for the vehicle behind, and a quick shoulder check and look in the mirror just before I overtook. So we're now bringing this gear up to a 5th gear, which is just right for the speed of the motorcycle. Coming now, position one Bruce, come a little bit earlier than you are. Watching that vehicle up ahead going up the hill on the near side. Taking a position 3 now. Plenty of room between us and oncoming traffic. Be careful of the petrol station, looking at vehicles coming off. Nothing to cause us any problem. Road goes round to the right and then to the left, and coming into a 40 limiting Cromford. That's rolling the speed off nicely. At the traffic lights ahead we're going to turn left, so bringing the speed down nicely just on the brake. And selecting first gear.
Stop, I've taken a fly in the eye.
Okay. Okay, we've just stopped now just outside Cromford, before we go up Cromford Hill. Bruce got a fly in his eye. No problem, Bruce, no problem. And he seems okay now, and we'll start to as soon as he's ready we'll pull off. We're okay behind us. No need for a signal. And we're back on track. Yeah, time of day, the sun's low in the sky. Not sure whether I'll put my rise down, my sunshade down for the moment. And we're coming up Cromford Hill. For me, nice third gear going up the hill, which is fine, plenty of power for the machine, keeping it at 30 mile an hour. And again, local knowledge tells me that we'll come up to the, as we come up to the top of the hill, we'll go into a 40 limit. I'm just checking my mirror, there's no vehicles behind us. Quick rear observation before we go into the 40. up to the 40 limit. Just being a little bit aware now, we're coming into Wirksworth, 30 mile an hour limit. I'm just checking my mirror, which you haven't done there, Bruce, and you've done no rear observation as you come down into a 30 limit. You're still doing your rear observations too quickly, so relax a little bit, nice and gently coming down this hill, keeping the speed of the vehicle at 30 mile an hour, which for me is a third gear for this bike. Okay, still 30 mile an hour. I'm going to change up to a fourth gear. It's a nice gear on the flat. We've got oncoming traffic, so I'm just adopting a position 2, and I've got a vehicle parked in the near side and a vehicle coming up ahead, and he's allowing us through. So road going round to the right. Coming through Wirksworth itself now. Got to be careful of vehicles turning left or trying to turn across us. Mother and child just by the pedestrian crossing. I'm just bringing it down to a second gear just to hold the bike at 30 mile an hour or just below it as we go through the centre of Wirksworth. Our speed now is about 23 mile an hour, which is about right whilst we go through this heavily populated area. Quite a few cars parked on the near side, a few pedestrians about. Now I can change to a third as I come through, checking the mirror after the gear. At the island ahead, the giveaway sign, I'm going to go straight on. I'm now going to bring the speed down on the brakes, just checking now the right hand junction. It was all clear for us, so no problem. Okay, just getting a position now. I know that the speed limit changes to a 40 up ahead, and eventually it will change to a 50 limit, and we'll start the Wirksworth Road proper. So I'm here. I'm going to bring my visor down just so that the wind doesn't get in my eyes. Okay, road going round to the left over the bridge into the 50 limit, and quick shoulder check, bringing the speed up to the 50 mile an hour. Okay, there's the 50. looking round this bend. I need to slow down just that little bit. Quick bit of braking. Could have got round there a little bit faster. Okay, watching this adverse camber on this bend. Maintaining my speed, keeping the bike planted firmly on the ground. So accelerating away from the hazard, out of the bend, riding it round. Now looking well up ahead, road goes round to the left ahead, there's a queue of traffic, probably doing about 45. The blue van is dictating the speed. So okay, I'm travelling at about 50 miles an hour. Thoughts are in my head now, should the opportunity arise to overtake any of these vehicles, and I'll take it. We've slowed down to 40 for some reason, but let's get up there, have a look at them. Have we got an opportunity? Have we? No, we haven't. And we did have, but that's even closed off for us now. And I know that we're coming to a 40 limit now, then eventually we become a 30 into Idridge Hay. So we have to go through the village. So that's cut off our opportunity to overtake. I'm checking my mirror as we go into the 30 limit. I'm doing a quick shoulder check. Keeping a position 2 as we go through, no need for swapping to 1 to 3 as we're doing 30 miles an hour. I'm keeping my eye on the junction on the left, and I'm watching the traffic ahead. If it's going our way, we're going to be looking at an opportunity, hopefully, to get past those 3 vehicles, or indeed at least one of them, as we get into the 50 limit. Going through Idridge Hay now, we're now coming up to the 40 limit. So again, mirror, shoulder check, through we go. Still a 40 limit, and it goes into 50. And we know, looking at the road sign and looking at the tree line, the road goes round to the left quite tightly, bringing the speed down nicely. Gear is right for the speed. Big bend is opening up for us quite nicely now, so we should be able to start to look at making a bit of progress. We're doing 40 miles an hour. We could have picked off one of those vehicles just there. Loss of vision on the crest of a hill there. So looking over the fields now, looking the way the road goes round to the right. Vehicles in front have picked up speed somewhat, so they've reduced our opportunity for overtaking, I guess. So I'm going to ride now. Brake lights are coming on the blue van. he was just a bit worried about going around that right-hander. So around this right-hander now, and then it goes round to the left. Traffic ahead is doing 50 mile an hour, so reduced our opportunity to overtake, and we're coming now into a 40 limit at Cowers Lane, where I know there's traffic lights. I'm bringing the speed down on the brakes. Straight in the gear for the speed, which for me is a nice second gear now, and I'm just checking right and left, and I'm going through the hazard quickly. I'll now be in a 40 limit, but it's changed to a 50, and we'll see what we can do with this blue gas van, if it is a gas van. So there I am. I'm looking now for an opportunity. I don't want to be doing 40 mile an hour, I want to be doing 50. Yeah, he's braking every time he goes into a bend, so he's actually doing 50 mile an hour now, so he's taking that opportunity away from us somewhat. Okay, sweeping right-hander uphill. Over the bridge we should be able to do this at 47 mile an hour, but he slowed us down somewhat. Is the opportunity there? No, it isn't. Not yet, not yet. No, that car's taking it away from us. So is this other one coming down. Okay, Bruce, you're having a look, which is good to see. Opportunity doesn't exist. That car's taking it away from you, but at least you looked, which is nice to see. And there it is. Okay, nice overtaking manoeuvre, apart from the fact you never did a rear observation once again. Okay, coming to the Eckersbourne Valley here, still on a 50 limit. Right hand bend, it's opening up nicely for us, looking well ahead. We've got vehicles parked in a lay-by on the near side, an oncoming vehicle, no movement on the vehicles in the lay-by, so we're okay. I'm now going to be looking round this left hand bend. I can see a car that's coming down at us. I've got a vehicle behind me, so we'll need to indicate should I decide to change course. And now I'm going to go across nicely. And a 40 mile an hour into Duffield. Where we're going to go down into Duffield to the traffic lights on the A6 and turn right at the traffic lights. through Duffield Village. Okay, it's coming down to the traffic lights at the bottom of the hill, and we're going to turn right at the traffic light. So I'll indicate for your benefit, Bruce, and you picked it up, which is good. I'm bringing the speed down nicely. Lights are still red against us. Into a first gear. Okay, lights are changing for us. Good, a nice re-observation there. Quick lifesaver as you go round. Cancel the indicator. Up to the 40 limit. Nice position 2 all the way around this 40 limit now. No benefit going from position 1 to 3. So just keeping a nice steady 40 mile an hour and letting the ride flow. We are going to go up to a 50 limit fairly shortly. My speed is right, my gear is okay. I'm just now going to do a rear observation and check through the mirrors. Up to the 50 limit. I'm going to get my position early, so I'm going to be on the position 1, then up to position 3. So I've looked at my mirror as I've crossed from P1 to P3. I'm staying in position 3 because I've got a pedal cyclist up ahead and another one up ahead. Vehicles overtaking the pedal cycle. Just checking my mirror, adopting a line, no need for an indicator, because I've got my line early enough. We're still in the 50 limit, so we should be up on the tail of this vehicle in front. Watching that vehicle on the offside junction coming out the golf course. Okay, we know now from local knowledge that we're going to go round this right hand bend and come into Duffield Village, or top of Duffield. It's down to a 30 limit, so just bringing the speed down nice and gently. As we hit the 30 markers, we're on 30 mile an hour. Getting a gear for the speed, which is a third gear for this, for my bike. So keeping a nice distance from the vehicle in front, just checking that junction, no problem, just checking this pedal cyclist coming towards us. Quick mirror check, I've got a vehicle behind us that will need a signal should I decide to deviate. My intention is to go through Duffield and then At the traffic island at the end of this road, I'm going to go take the first exit onto the A38, checking this vehicle that is cutting across our path, bringing the speed down because of the bus that parked up, holding the bike nice and steady. I've checked my mirror, the vehicle behind has reacted to the fact that we're reducing speed. So yes, as I said before, we're going to go to the island here and we're going to turn left onto the A38. We're just checking the vehicles coming onto the island. We've got traffic coming across us, so we're going to have to just hold. And there's our opportunity, so we're going to go wind the bike up to the 70 limit, put an indicator on. We've got a heavy, we're going to pull in behind this heavy space. Is coming tailback in front of us, bringing the speed down on the brakes. So force your gap. Staying in lane 1, no need to make any faster progress than what we're doing, no need for filtering. So just holding the vehicle now. At the traffic island we're going to take the first exit to Little Eaton. Hello.
Hi. Hi, Andy.
Hello, Andy.
Right.
Yes, mate.
I'm just trying to get back to the office.
Okay.
Graham's gone off to watch the house several loads today.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'm trying to get in. So C1489.
Z. Yep.
Is that correct?
That's it, mate.
Yeah. So when you press it, should I be turning on the left at the same time, or not getting?
Right. Once you've done your code, then you should be able to turn the knob. I think he's turning anti-clockwise. I think so. Yeah, the C is like a cancel, so it just cancels out any code that's gone before. So yeah, put C in for 89Z. 1489. Okay, try turning it to the right then. But that is the code for the door.
Here we go. Most to the right.
You in?
Okay. Yeah, I'm in. Panic over. Thank you very much.
Okay, mate. All the best. You had a good day.
Yeah, I have actually. It's been interesting. Yeah.
Good.
I've been to a few places, you know, to pick up blood and this, that and the other, so I'm finding a way around places and do some more on Thursday.
Brilliant, mate. Well done.
Alright,
Glad you enjoyed it.
cheers then.
Cheers, buddy.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
At least this time I can wear nice thin gloves.
Yes. That was a blood biker just ringing me. Couldn't get into the crew room. It's forgotten the code. Well, I didn't know which way to turn the handle. Car driver.
Got the 1489 code.
1489Z. He's a car driver. What can you expect? Anyway.
Not alert.
Not.
Not alert.